morning. It is Monday and I've just had the absolute best weekend ever. I actually on Saturday finally went up the hill at the back of my house that I show you so often, and it was absolutely incredible. Kind of got a lot of scree on it, so I wasn't expecting to actually enjoy the walk as much, but we walked up a side that doesn't have as much scree and then came down the scree, and coming down scree in my opinion is a lot more enjoyable than going up scree. So that was unreal. And then on Sunday, Lee had actually been away. He came back and he'd missed all this gorgeous weather, so he got to choose what we done on the Sunday, and we ended up going to the Steen Inn in Waternish for lunch, and then just sat out in the sun for like 3 hours, and it was glorious. Our friend Emily joined us and the food was great. There's loads of kids from the village like playing off the pier. We went for a swim as well and it was just amazing. And then we came home and went for a kayak out on the loch. And when we were driving back, there was a breeze and we were in Waternish, and we were driving back and it was still, I don't know, I didn't think it was going to be like super clear and still on the loch because of the breeze, but by the time we went out, the water was like glass. It was stunning, and a little seal followed us the whole time, and it was just incredible. What a weekend. And then, in beautiful contrast this morning, the island just feels so still. I think because it was so buzzing all weekend, now it just feels still, which is very, like this time of year is when it starts to quieten off, and it's just a beautiful feeling that I can't quite explain. I'm just back from walking Nuala, hence why I'm in my jacket. It feels like the perfect time of year for the barber coat. And I've said in the past, I can never find the exact style of this anymore. This is the Nancy wax, but someone in a comment actually said the most like similar one that they do now. So I'll link it below because it's really similar. It's actually probably nicer. It's got like a checkered, well this has a checkered inner, but it's like a nicer checkered inner. So it's barber season, it's here, and we're gonna have lasagna for dinner tonight, which I feel like is a really nice autumnal cozy meal, and we haven't had it in ages. Spent all weekend doing washing and got to the end of the washing basket, and somehow still we have a pile of laundry sitting here. I think it's because Lee was away and came back with a pile of washing. So I'm gonna hang up some washing while my tea brews. I get asked a lot about how I take my tea. I take it strong, so I pour the hot water in onto the tea bag and then don't touch it for like 2 minutes. So I'll probably have to take the tea bag out mid putting the washing up, but don't touch it for 2 minutes, then take the tea bag out and then a splash of milk. Perfection. There was a set of bedding that was in the wash this morning, so that was actually quite quick to hang up. I've also got the dehumidifier humming away to help it drying out, because that definitely helps when the weather starts to get colder, to make sure you don't get that musky smell when you're washing, and just get it dried a lot quicker. The perfect colour of tea. Lee was in Stranraer at the weekend and he has brought me back my favourite tatty scones, and if that's not an act of love, I don't know what is. So I have done a power of work this afternoon. I've managed to cut my... You love when I vlog. Nuala always like comes running when she hears me, or maybe she just hears me talking and thinks someone's here. But I've cut my photos down from like 1,500 to 820. So I'd say that's me about halfway through that edit. So to do that in one sitting, pretty epic. Obviously that's not it fully done, half done in one sitting. I need to go back through and do like some fine tuning at the end, but that's pretty good. And it's been aided by one of my favourite comfort creators, Cozy K, an hour-long vlog. So that's been what I've been watching while I've been doing this, and it just has put me into such a good zone, and it's been brilliant, and so much inspo as well, watching her and thinking about what I can do. And I'm like still figuring out this YouTube thing, so yeah, just thinking about the details she goes into with stuff, and the idea of not feeling like I need to cut it down and I can go as long as an hour. Productive day at work and cozy evening ahead. Okay, time to make dinner. Lee has just got back. We kind of work it that I take Nuala a walk kind of mid-morning, and then Lee takes her a walk as soon as he gets back from work, and he's just dropped off some bits from the co-op that he picked up for us. I've just pulled some of the washing down off the pulley while I cook. This stuff's actually dry, and we need to do the Airbnb changeover tonight, so that'll be going straight in there. So what Lee has picked up, none of it's going to be a surprise because I sent him a list of what I wanted. We've got some spinach, some potatoes, because I'm gonna do some potato wedges with the lasagna, which It's going to be a carb heavy meal, and I'm okay with that because I love like the piling the lasagna onto the chip and eating it like that. So good. Some carrots, great. Some carrot into the bolognese to add some extra hidden veggies. Wee trick that I learned when I was an au pair and trying to like sneak veggies into the meals I cooked for the kids was grating a carrot in, and another one that I done was lentils into the bolognese to add like an extra nutritional value because they freaking loved bolognese. So it was like, get the veggies in and get the nutritious impact in where you can. Got some cooking wine, chopped up on cheese, and Lee has opted for Cathedral City, but he has gone for the extra mature. But he has gone, oh, extra matures. And then we'll have some broccoli with our lasagna, and then also some garlic. One day I will learn to use a bigger pot. Today was not that day. Another ingredient my mama taught me, a little bit of sugar. Not too much, but like a teaspoon. If that'll even fit in this pot, because it is fit to burst. What am I like? I'll pop the recipe for my lasagna in the caption, although I am that nightmare cook that never has quantities, but I'll give it my best guess for you. But it's all about your taste preferences, so take it with a pinch of salt, no pun intended. But I am going to leave that to papple for a bit before I start the cheese sauce. Did you and Daddy have a nice walk? Did you and Daddy have a nice walk? Did you? You did him. Got Lee to help me with the changeover tonight.
Yay.
Yay. And I've managed to get a good bargain because I think I enjoy doing the bed more. As much of a pain in the arse it is my preferred option. So Lee's doing the bathroom. And when Lee and I used to work as housekeepers together when we first moved to Skye and worked in that guest house, that's what we done. Lee was Mr. Bathroom and I was Miss Bed. Done. Now back to the dinner. Okay, it's now time to make the cheese sauce, which is good because we have a carton of milk that's about to go out of date tomorrow, so that'll use up a lot of it. Honey roasted sweet potato fries. So the cheese sauce will use up a lot of milk, which is good. And I know a lot of people sometimes just do white sauce. I'm a cheese sauce gal. The more cheese the better in my lasagna, if you ask me. I am a messy cook.
"35 minutes, starting now. By the way..."
My god. The lasagna is out of the oven. I feel a little bit sad because I put some mozzarella on top and I feel like it's kind of ruined the aesthetic. Not that the aesthetic matters, but I feel like this is the mozzarella that you can see there, where it should all look kind of like this, with the cheese sauce just kind of bubbles. So the mozzarella, in terms of aesthetic, was a mistake, but it will probably taste real good. But it is so very important for lasagna to give that a good like 15-minute stand to cool off before I serve it. Nayla's so dramatic with where she chooses to lie. Quite funny, because that's like where I stand and cook, and she's fallen asleep right there. Although she's obviously awake again because I said her name. Back to bed. Oh, need a wee shake. We've got our wedges that have been cooking away for quite a lot longer than the recipe said, but I feel like I probably had the air fryer a bit overcrowded. Because I've also made like a garlic and lemon yogurt dip. Broccoli, which I conveniently nearly forgot about, but then I remembered and I was like, damn it, I'm gonna have to make that. I need to learn a way to make broccoli that doesn't make me just suffer eating it, because I know it's good for me. If anyone has any tips. I swear my mum used to like whip together a lasagna without even thinking about it, and it would be like a quick meal that she'd just bash out. I've been poring away at this for ages, but then I'm not very good at the whole just leaving stuff to cook away. I like to be involved with my cooking. I've been resting for like a good half hour, so I think it's gonna be ready to rock them again now. That's all just flopped. As per usual, absolutely massive portion. Oh, that's a slab of lasagna if I've ever seen one. Yummy. It's been resting for half an hour and it's still absolutely steaming hot. Hello. I'm just fresh out of the shower. As you can probably tell, I'm on to my last tea bag of this Twinings immune support tea that I love. I'm going to go to the shop and get some of that tomorrow. It's actually not too late. It's about 9 o'clock, so it is kind of wind down time, but I'm not going to go to sleep quite yet. But I'm just in my PJs. I'm going to just do my skincare and then read my book in bed and drink my tea. Lee's currently watching Prison Break, which isn't really my cup of tea. It's a bit too, I don't know, just not me, I guess. So he's through watching the telly and I'm just going to sit and read my book. I don't think I've even taken you guys out of the house today, to be honest. You've been kept up in the house with me most of the day, which has actually been really nice. A nice slow start to my week. Tomorrow I am heading out and about, going to the doctor's in the morning again, because when I was at my cervical screening last week, I just kind of said to the nurse that my periods in the last like 6 months have been like increasingly painful and have even caused me to be like physically sick from the pain. So she was like always worth booking a doctor's appointment. So I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, which I'm a bit nervous about, but it's good to address these things and put your health first. I'm starting a new book tonight. I'm starting If We Were Villains. I'm gonna put my glasses back on because I literally cannot see. That's better. This book is funny to me. I feel like it's almost got a weird juju about it, because the first copy I bought arrived like chopped in half. Weird. The second copy I like just lost on a plane. The third copy I ordered it from my local bookshop. They didn't have it in stock, but they like order books for you and you can buy it, pick it up from there. And something happened with it and they just took months to get it, and by the time they got it, they were like so apologetic and didn't let me pay for it. It was very sweet, but they were like so apologetic and felt so bad about it. But I was like, I literally don't care, I've got the book now. So I'm finally getting to read it. Third time lucky, third time buying this book. So the last few books I've read have been kind of deck chair reads, if that makes sense. Like real like easy reading, nice page turner, nothing too complicated, which has been really nice. So I just finished Flatshare, I think it was called Flatshare, which was a nice book, a really enjoyable read. Nothing like wild, but a nice little read. So I think this will be a little bit more to it, if that makes sense, I think, anyway. So how are we all doing this morning? I'm just getting ready to head out, and while I'm out I need to go to the post office because I need to send my passport away. I filled out the form ages ago, but I haven't done the part of sending the passport away yet, which I guess they can't send you your new one until you send your old one. So That's number one on the agenda today. I'm so sad to be saying goodbye to this passport. It's so well used that the like kind of pattern on the front is completely worn off. It's got 3 of these visas in it from my summer camp days and just feels like a bit of an end of an era. So yeah, get this little bad boy sent to me. And yeah, I can't remember if I said in the vlog that Lee and I are going on an Ireland road trip next month. We usually go away in Scotland in October every year, but this year we've decided to do Ireland. And we've got 0 plans so far apart from sailing from Cairnryan to Belfast. And it's going to be so fun. So if you have any Ireland recommendations, drop them below. I said in a TikTok video that basically my quota and what I dream of experiencing when I'm there is cozy pubs and music. So drop the suggestion. It's going to be a bit of a like follow our nose trip, I think. We're going to have the van, so we're going to book some campsites and maybe a little accommodation here and there along the way. So I cannot wait. Okay, I am ready to rock. I was making the dinner last night and I heard this weird noise coming from the porch, and I was like, shouted through to Lee, I was like, what are you doing? And he was waxing my boots for me, and I just feel like it's all about finding the guy that will wax your boots for you without you asking. It's not about the big gestures, although they are nice, but happy relationships are down to regularly doing things like waxing the other person's boots for them without them asking, if you ask me. Yeah, this is the outfit. This is a little dress from Nobody's Child. I've got woolly tights on today, so autumn vibes very much in the air. And I'm going to try start linking my outfits because some people have asked. So if you're ever looking for them, they'll be in the caption when I remember. So there's been a little bit of a break in this week's vlog, and essentially I was talking about on Monday about going to the doctor's the next day, and that turned into a little bit more of an emotional experience than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't told anything that I wasn't already kind of half expecting, but I feel like being told something from a doctor is a very different experience than having a hunch, googling some symptoms, or yeah, having your suspicions about something. Essentially the doctor said that it seems like endometriosis, which is very much what I'd expected, but that just kind of hearing that come out of the doctor's mouth, I didn't expect this to ever happen to me, but I just burst out crying in the doctor's surgery, which was, I went and saw my friends afterwards and I told them I felt embarrassed, and they were like, don't you ever say that. So I'm not going to say it was embarrassing, but I don't know, it was just a weird experience because it's never something I thought I would ever do. Although I am a bit of a crier, so I don't know why I was surprised by that. Next step is I'm getting an ultrasound, but obviously I feel like the thing that always comes up when endometriosis is brought up is fertility and the impact it can have on your fertility. And Lee and I are very much on the same page about children, which is we don't know what page we're on, but neither of us are putting any pressure on ourselves. And the thought of endometriosis maybe makes it feel like there needs to be more pressure put on to make a decision. But the doctor explained that essentially it's the damage that endometriosis causes that can lead to fertility issues. So she's recommended going on the pill to stop the bleeding that causes the damage to happen. So I've got the pill sitting there, haven't been on it in a very long time, so I feel like that's one of the big emotional hurdles I'm facing, is going back on a hormonal birth control. But I'm gonna give it a go and see how I do. And I texted Lee straight after the appointment and he was like, where are you? I'll come see you. And I was like, I'm just about to leave Portree anyway, and I drive past his work when I'm leaving. So I went and saw him and he was like, well, if it comes to it, we'll just get lots of dogs. So that's that. I do feel myself getting a little bit emotional again, but so lucky I have such a supportive partner. And straight after I was at the doctor's, I tried to film and talk through this and I just was crying the whole time. So I was like, right, I feel ready a few days later to sit and chat through it again, but I'm obviously still feeling a bit emotional, which is normal. Like there's a lot to process, but I feel so lucky to have such a supportive partner, and hopefully if anyone is feeling a bit nervous to book a doctor's appointment about some pain and issues they're having with their period, then hopefully I inspire you to do so, because as hard and sad as it is, I'm so glad I done it. And yeah, if you are in this position, I would highly recommend you do it too, because it's scary. I feel like, especially with the NHS, I have this like guilt about using the NHS, and that's a whole other thing, but you have to put your health first. And if something about your health is causing you concern, get yourself to the doctor. And yeah, let's normalise talking about endometriosis as well, because it is a highly underdiagnosed, poorly understood and recognised condition, and that's why I want to talk about it. So thank you for listening. Anyway, on to a slightly more positive note. I've just had a parcel arrive, and I feel like this was like just a little pick-me-up I needed. I started making content, I swear it was so that one day I could potentially get myself in a position where I would receive gifting from this brand. So let's go unbox it. So for starters, the bedding is perfection. I love it so much. I particularly love this blanket goes the entire length of the bed. I cannot stand when a blanket like just touches the edges of the bed and doesn't fully cover it. So this one is the perfect size. But you know me, one thing always leads to another. I think this room, since adding the headboard, is getting quite colourful and almost like blocky, and this is feeling too like blocky colourful for me right now. So I'm toying with the idea of switching this out for a wooden set of drawers. I say toying with, my mind's made up, I'm doing it. So that'll be next, and I feel like that'll make everything just a bit more grounded in this corner, because it's looking a bit like poo colour. So that's the plan. We are actually going away tomorrow to Ardnamurchan, and it's my friend Caitlin's 30th birthday party. I feel like the gift that Caitlin would appreciate most in life would be me pronouncing and telling all of you that it's Ardnamurchan and not Ardnamurchan. So say it with me, Ardnamurchan. There you go, Caitlin, happy birthday. But also I'll give her website a plug for her birthday. I'm going to get her a present as well, but she makes amazing Gaelic apparel. That made it, I don't know why it felt weird calling it Gaelic apparel. She makes like Gaelic t-shirts, jumpers, socks, really, really lovely stuff. She's an incredible graphic designer. So I'll pop her website in the bio as well. Actually, a jumper that Hamza wore on Strictly last year, 2 years ago, she designed it. It says Ardnamurchan on it. So that's Caitlin, it's her birthday, super excited for her, and Ardnamurchan is just the most insanely beautiful part of the world. I need to pack for going away. So I'll do that this evening, and I just done a little change to the bedding, so I'll show you, because I was just looking back in videos and I was like, actually there's a little bit that I'm unsure of. I switched out the large red check pillows that are sitting there for the green gingham, and I just think it ties it together a little better. Also, this room rarely gets any direct sunlight, so I'm loving this late autumn light. It's so nice. I'm gonna go and take some pictures and videos, because this is really, really nice right now. Bye! Lee just swung in home and swung back out again. He picked up Mila to take her for a walk. But I always forget he plays five-a-side football on a Thursday, so he's not here for dinner, which I'm quite glad about, because when he came to the door I was like, are you hungry? Because I'm starving. And he was like, no. And I was like, oh no, I need dinner now. And then he was like, no, because I'm going to 5, so I'll have food when I get back. Which means I can have my dinner now. And I took this out of the freezer. I'm not really sure what it is. Chicken curry, I think. So I'll have that, and I think I'm gonna make some roast potatoes. I got seasoning when on Tuesday, after I'd been at the doctor's, I vlogged like a little bit, and then I was like, what are you doing, Caroline? Give yourself some grace and take the day off. But I did take some clips in larder. I think it's called the Skye larder. It's in Broadford. It's next to the Co-op, and it's quite new. And I got this in there. It's by Nature Kitchen, and it's paella spices, so it's rich and smoky. And I've been using it on a few things other than paella over the last few days, and it's really tasty. So I'm going to put that on some potatoes, The ingredients are paprika, smoked paprika, salt, onion, minced onion, garlic flakes, rosemary, black pepper, turmeric, parsley and brown sugar. Yum yum. So yeah, that's gonna go in some potatoes, and then I might do some, I think I've got tender stem broccoli. Might do some of that, and then I'll do another lemon garlic yogurt dip. Can't wait. And there we have my dinner for this evening. Lee's now going to help me. Well, he's not going to help me. He's going to take a picture of me for a blog post by the fire with a dram. So Lee is going to be my photographer. Are you ready to show us everything you've learned? So I think you'll be sitting. If you sit on this chair and take it.
I am reverent, I am jolly, and I'm feeling a sense of happiness.
What's that from? What's that from? Well, that? It's not of you. And you just click on the screen where you want it to be in focus. Let's do a practice.
Whoa. I clicked that in it to a photo.
Yeah, that's fine. Can I have a look? Well, that looks good. Perfect framing. Well done. But yeah, focus on me. Or the drum. Yeah, focus on the drum. Or me. Focus on my face.
No, go to bed.
No, go to bed. Can you see her?
Not really.
Come here. Come here. Good girl, go to bed.
Lie down.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Take lots, why not taking them?
Really see the whisking. It just looks really unnatural.
Yeah. Good girl. Nula was a very obliging model. It's time to pack for going away. We're only actually going away for 2 nights, but I'm probably going to pack for like 10. I think I'll do this white blouse and then some jeans and then those little red shoes that I bought. I might try it on as an outfit.
What are you filming?
What do you think of this for Caitlin's birthday? Red shoes. Like it?
Good for dancing.
Well, that's the thoughts, but the shoes aren't broken in, so it could be risky, but here's the outfit. Little red shoes. That'll do.
Give you a quick, very brief sort of tour. Caroline's, 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 Lee's.
Oh, I'm struggling to decide what to pack. This fleece that my brother got on Vinted and then didn't like and gave it to me, which is such a win for me because it's been my comfort fleece since he gave me it. For the first time this year, I've been tricked by the nights starting to get darker because I was like, oh, I'll put these PJs on and it's like probably almost bedtime. And then I was like, wait, Lee hasn't even left yet for football. So I was like, it can't even be 8 o'clock yet. It's only 7:15. But in these pajamas, I shall stay. Morning. Just getting ready for heading away to Ardnamurchan, and my face has been like super puffy lately, which is quite normal, like to experience with your cycle. What is it? Everyone freaks out over the luteal phase. I think that's when your face can change quite a lot. And I mean, like I said, it's totally normal, but I'm feeling like giving myself a little bit of a pamper this morning. And I'm wondering, so I'm wanting to do a bit of gua sha because it is something that people say helps with like puffiness, you know, face shaping, I guess. But it's just one of those things that when I do it, I feel it's just a nice little self-care thing. My friend that does my facials, it's part of her facial process, so it just feels like something I can do for myself at home, a little bit of home pampering. And I'm just wondering, this might be something that makes the skincare girlies shrieking hotter, but my sunscreen's pretty oily. And I also don't want to start the day with loads of oil on my face, so I'm like, can I do it with my sunscreen? Is that enough of an oiling for gua sha? I'm going to give it a go and see. I think just the most important thing is you're not dragging it along your skin, that it's got a little bit of something to glide along. So I'm going to give it a go. I think you're meant to like open up your somethings. There's some here. I think there's some here. I'm just going to quickly look up on TikTok a gua sha routine. And also, lol, the last like searches in my TikTok are about like Strictly drama. I obviously went on a deep dive recently watching stuff about the Strictly curse, and I was just refreshing my memory on all of the scandals that have happened over the years. So she's starting by just doing, oh, get that hair out of the way, by this. She's like holding her chin weirdly. Do I need to do that? It feels really nice on the neck. So I'll do the other side. Why am I doing this? I don't know how I need to do this chin hold. I think it's like 5 times each. I've lost count, but it just feels so nice. Going up here and then down. I love these ones. Oh, it feels so good. I think it's also really important with gua sha that you're not doing it like straight up. You're meant to have it like this. I have had a pretty tight jaw in the past. It's been really good recently actually. There's a time where I was like toying up with stopping offering social media management through my business. I was like really stressed. There was just a lot going on, and around about that time my jaw, whoa, it was so painful, and I was grinding my teeth in my sleep a lot. And actually talking about this now makes me realise how far I've come, because touch wood, I've been all good doing this. I love this one as well, it takes the full face in. I think people used to do that. Oh, so nice. I feel like a problem with this could be maybe that I'm rubbing a lot of the sun cream off. This one also feels so nice. It may be placebo, but I already feel like I look more glowy and awake. Gua sha is done. Just as I was stopping talking to you there, I got a notification that someone has supported me on Ko-fi. So I actually want to do a little, well, I was going to say I want to do a little shout out to the people who have supported me, but the one that's just come in is like an anonymous one, which also thank you to Ko-fi supporter. Little shout out to Laurie, Ellen, Charlie, Deb, Eliska. I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. You can comment below if that's you and give me a little pronunciation. Hazikel, again, sorry if that's pronounced wrong. Gillian, Adrian, Julie from Norway, Emma, another anonymous one, who gave me £15, wow. Olivia, Marta, Carmen, Rachel, Laurie, again, Laurie's a, she does it every month. I do know who Laurie is because I'm pretty sure I know who she is because we like chat on DMs on Instagram, so shout out to Laurie for the ongoing support. Lara and Kirsty. Oh, wait, there's more. Kirsty, Shannon, Taylor, Ruth, Genevieve, Gabby, I think that's my friend Gabby, and Megana. You guys, you all mean the world to me. And even if you haven't supported me on Ko-fi, you still mean the world to me, but that just means so much. And yeah, helps with the running of this channel. So shout out to all of you guys. Your support means the world. So the van is ready to rock and roll. We've even got our quilt from our bedroom on it because it's just that extra bit of warmth, and I think it is to be quite cold this weekend. And one thing I always do with the van is take my own pillowcase that I sleep with every night just to give it that extra home comfort. But I'm just going to pop this waterproof blanket on for now in case Noah wakes up and gets it all mucky. This is such a blessing of a van edition. Okay, so my goal time for leaving was 11 and it's currently 10:58, so doing pretty good for time. Just need to stop and get fuel on the way, and then next stop, Malik. I also forgot to say that Lee is going to this party too, but he's actually travelling down in a different vehicle because he is doing a delivery to Ardnamurchan through work. So it's just me and Nuala in the back, and I'm meeting Lee at the ferry. I also forgot to show you what I was wearing. I meant to do that before I left. So I've got that same dress I had on when I was doing the vlog, doing the photo shoots. And I've got these sunglasses that I got in a goodie bag that I would never choose for myself, but since I got them in a goodie bag, it was really good to like get a pair that's a bit different to what I'd usually choose. And I've got my trusty old Uniqlo jumper on, which I put over every dress I've ever owned. And I'm thinking, because we're going for food at the pub with the birthday girl tonight, so I could always de-jumper and I'd have like a nice-ish outfit on. But like, you don't need nice outfits for Highland pubs. You can just go in cozy jumpers, so I've got the option. I need to show you my car snack haul because I got some really good stuff. So I've already scranned half of these on the drive down. The Thai sweet chili coated peanuts. I think these are quite possibly one of the best snacks maybe ever. And I also got some exploding candy chocolate orange pieces and some drumstick squashies. I think that's a good balance of different kind of things you're looking for with your car snacks, so I think I've done well. I'm gonna go see Lee now, and hopefully there's time to get a coffee. I found a Lee. So much beautiful knitwear. Lee wants one, but he's scared of being made fun of. It looks so cute. This is cute. But is it too long? Here she goes.
I have your attention, please, everyone. Welcome on board this Caledonian midway vessel.
Going to meet the master.
Your safety is our highest priority, and therefore we ask you to please listen carefully to the following to Western vessels on all routes throughout the west coast of Scotland. In the unlikely event of an emergency, you will be informed by means of an emergency signal.
Too soon. So I've just parked up to take Nuala a little swing around the woods. I'm heading to Cafe Cheerum where I'm going to meet my friend Roz, and Nuala is shedding so much right now. I don't have it in me to take her into cafes. I don't know if I'm on someone's driveway or on a woodland walk right now. Oh, I thought that was a big house I could see, but it's just the sky. But this walk is called the Prince's Walk because not far from here, well, I've kind of driven away from it, but just before I turned off to head down to the Ardnamurchan Peninsula, if I were to keep on that road, I'd get to the Glenfinnan Viaduct, which is like famous for the Harry Potter train going over it. And the Harry Potter train, I say that, the Jacobite steam train was at the station in Malik when I arrived on the ferry. What also happened just across the road from the viaduct is there's a lone Highlander statue, and that is where Bonnie Prince Charlie raised his royal standard, which triggered the Jacobite uprisings of 1745. And this was a time where Essentially, a group of people were trying to restore the Stuart family onto the throne in Scotland. Jacobites means basically follower of James, because it was James Stuart they were trying to reinstate. And Bonnie Prince Charlie was like, Nuala, Nuala, come here. Oh my god, I thought she was just going into someone's house, but I think it's a church. Very nice church. Oh, it's so pretty. Gorgeous. The Battle of Culloden, which is like the most well-known battle of that period of uprisings, it was the final one, hence why it's so well known. It was actually the year after, in 1746, but Bonnie Prince Charlie came and he was kind of, going around these areas. This is my tour guide pattern anyway, I don't know how much of it's actually correct. But he was like gaining support and getting families on board to, come fight with him. Super, super pretty, but I actually don't have that much time. But Nuala has been in the van for a little while now, so I'm just gonna get her a good little leg stretch. This is so, so beautiful. Essentially, he would have like spent time here before heading to Glenfinnan and raising his standard and like calling upon the men to come join him in his quest. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to dash back to the car and head to Cafe Cheetham. I said to Lee to park somewhere along the route and I would look out for him for taking Nuala a walk. Guess where he's parked up? We ended up buying a bottle of whiskey at the distillery, and I seen my friend from uni. He was actually in the year below me in uni, and his girlfriend, and they live here and he works in the distillery, so that was nice. And they're coming to the party tomorrow as well, so I feel like Ardnamurchan's a bit like Skye in that everyone knows everyone and it's a bit of a village. It's a good rock. You guys don't know this, but Nuala can actually read.
Paul was a person of the document writer in 1715, I reckon.
Alley 52 at junction 25. Whitson.
A sign has been spotted for breakfast rolls. They've gained a dog. Oh, you're trying to keep up with the young girl. I'm pretty sure this is our friend's dad's dog.
Champagne Campbell Black, like an ensemble, we'll never let you down. We play no truth and music, a jolly fun young and old. Leave your blue sweat shoes at home, we don't do rock and roll.
Good morning. We are a little bit hungover, at least I am. Are you? Maybe just tired, not fresh. But we've got a stale croissant and we're going to the beach, so all is well. Last night was fun. I don't think I took many videos yesterday at all, but it was so good. And our ferry back to Skye today is at 3:30, so a little bit of time to enjoy the area, and then my hair keeps annoying me, and then we'll head. I'll take us to the beach.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Last time we were here, we came here for Lee's birthday, and I've done like loads of surprises for it, and our friends that live in Fort William were here when we arrived at the beach, and it was so nice. And look at it, it's so pretty. We went paddleboarding somewhere around there. En route to the ferry now, and we've stopped in, well I'll say I've stopped in waiting for Lee to arrive at the Glenelg Inn for some lunch before we head for the ferry. Also, when I was telling you guys about the friends that I arranged to surprise us at Sana for Lee's birthday, they live in Fort William and drive buses, and I met one of them on the road here driving his bus, and it's actually made my day seeing him, so that was so nice. Lee's gone for stovies. I've got nachos, haggis, fritters, they look so good, and some cheesy chips. Is that whiskey sauce? Yum. I might dip a chip in the whiskey sauce. Oh my goodness, yum. I've now just parked up in Malik, so I've got this lovely view in front of me. So we've got egg on the left, rum, and then this is Skye. I'm a tired girl, ready for home. Got a bit of time to wait for the ferry, so just gonna chill out for a bit.